West Asia is tense. Saudi Arabia has issued a warning. It claims an attack by Iran is imminent. Within 24 hours, the threat perception has changed. The reason is this. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, is sending out a message. He wants revenge for the death of Qasem Soleimani, the high-profile general who was killed in an American drone strike back in 2020. Khamenei is making fresh threats. He has promised to retaliate. The Revolutionary Guard Corps, spelling out what they call targets, quote-unquote, they have released a propaganda video. Are we headed towards a dangerous escalation? Let's start with Khamenei. He was speaking to a group of students yesterday. He used the opportunity to send out a message to the United States. Khamenei said he has not forgotten the assassination of Qasem Soleimani. He then said this: Iran would retaliate when the time is right. And, quote unquote, we stand by our words. Who was Soleimani? He was Iran's most powerful military commander, the head of Iran's elite Quds force, and the brain behind the Iranian military operations across West Asia. Many saw Soleimani as the second most powerful man in Iran. He died in Iraq in a US drone strike. It was ordered by the then US President Donald Trump. Why did he do it? Here is the explanation that they gave at that time.
Soleimani was plotting imminent and sinister attacks on American diplomats and military personnel, but we caught him in the act and terminated him. Qasem Soleimani has been killed, and his bloody rampage is now forever gone. He was plotting attacks against Americans, but now we've ensured that his atrocities have been stopped for good. They are stopped for good.
There was shock and anger in Iran. Thousands took to the streets across the country. There was an extended period of mourning. Yes, there was sorrow, but there was anger as well, especially within the establishment. And since that day, Iran has been threatening revenge. Now, Khamenei is reiterating that same vow. His tone is much more aggressive this time. Yesterday, Khamenei blamed America for another thing. He said the US is responsible for spreading disinformation among Iran's youth. And then he went on a rant against the West and the protesting Iranians.
The plan was to make the Iranian nation support them. They want the Iranian nation to adopt the same beliefs as American and British leaders, and so on. This is their goal and their plan. Of course, the Iranian nation slapped them in the face and will keep slapping them in the face in future. Those who planned the protests and operated on the ground with intention, knowledge and a plan, this is very important to us. They were connected to foreign services. They committed crimes.
And that is what this is all about. As the massive protests against the regime continue, the Iranian establishment is intensifying its attacks against the regional rivals and the West. Khamenei claims there is a direct connection between the Western powers and the ongoing protests, but there is no compelling evidence yet to support that theory. But that has not stopped Iran from upping the ante. The propaganda from Tehran is only intensifying. A video has been released. It comes from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, one of the most powerful paramilitary organizations in West Asia. It threatens drone strikes on Israeli and American targets in West Asia. The video is quite dramatic. It begins with scenic views of Israel. There are representative images of what looks like an American military base. And towards the end, we see a huge line of drones and military vehicles. And the video ends with a grim warning. I'm quoting, It is only our will that keeps us from firing. Take a look. Let's call this video what it really is: propaganda. But the messaging is clear, direct, and ominous. Look carefully again. In one of the frames, there is a military officer. Look at what he has on his desk. That is a photograph of Qasem Soleimani. So will Iran follow through on these threats? We will have to wait and see. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.